Hello, everybody. My name is Colonel Wolf, and welcome to Second Thoughts. So this, what I can find of it, is a psychological experiment game in which you are given a list of people. Each day you gotta choose, with limited information about each person, which one gets sent to execution. And it's supposed to go on for 1 week. I'm not sure if these experiments are all different or if it's all in one, but that is pretty much what I could find of the game on the Steam page. So yeah, let's just get into it. Experiment 1, knowledge. Second thoughts. Welcome. You will be required to evaluate data on 8 different subjects. Each day you will select one of these subjects to be executed using the data provided to make your decision. For each time an execution is performed, you will be provided additional information about every subject, including those you have already killed. Next. If you wish, you can read this new information despite the subject being already dead, or you could pretend it doesn't exist. It does not exist, and focus on those who are still alive. At the end of the experiment, the surviving subject will be allowed to go free. It is said that knowledge is power. We will find out if this statement is true. Day 1. So we got 8 subjects right here. We got Eric Robin, Sarah Barros, Barros, Maya Edwardson, River David, Arthur Lawyer, Pramod Rear, Eva Smith, and Kiara Iramatsu. Observation. Dad is confused. So somebody's confused. Status is still confused. Numb. Jittery. Empty. Perplexed. Cold. Unhappy. Eric. Let's start with Eric. Name, Eric Robinson. Gender, male. Age, 21. Nationality, French. He is 6'2". He weighs 151 pounds. He was born on the 9th of December with O+ type blood. His occupation is technician. His crimes are assault, auto theft, manslaughter, and shoplifting. Oh, okay. Sarah. Female, 26 years old. She's Greek. She is standing at 5'5", weighs 216 pounds. Born on June 29th. She has type A blood plus. She is accountant. She is charged or has been charged with fraud, money laundering, and tax evasion. Maya. Female, 40, German, 5 foot 10, 124 pounds. She was born on October 23rd. Okay. Blood type A plus, occupation teacher. Her crimes are arson, burglary, and insurance fraud. River. Non-binary, 22, Irish, 5 foot 8, 136 pounds, born on January 4th. He has blood type B minus. He's a freelancer with drug manufacture and drug possession. Arthur, male, 55 years old. He's American, 5 foot 11, 202 pounds, born on April 11th. Has blood type A minus. He is a loan officer. Has crimes against him are assault, imprisonment, and kidnapping. Damn. Pramod, male, 36, Indian, 5 foot 1, 184 pounds, born on August 27th. Blood type AB minus. He's a judge and he was charged with driving under the influence. Eva, female, 29 years old, American, 5 foot 8, 102 pounds, born on November 16th, with blood type A minus. She is unemployed, with her crimes being attempted murder and first-degree murder. Kiara, non-binary, 18, Japanese, 5 foot 3, 143 pounds. February 2nd is her birthday. She has blood type A plus. She is a sales associate with crimes of domestic violence, public intoxication, and shoplifting. Who do we take out first? So it doesn't say if any of them have any kind of connections amongst each other. So, manslaughter. I feel we should go with someone who's committed murder, which is gonna be Eva. What does Sarah do? Eva. Okay, just Eva so far. Eva's the murderer. You got judges driving underneath the influence, which is crazy. Shit. God, Eva. Damn. I don't know what this does. Or what it's gonna do. But let's execute Eva. I'm sorry, Eva. It has to be done. Are you sure you wish to execute this subject? Yes. This action cannot be undone. Executor. Please wait, as the execution is underway. What's sad is that could have been self-defense. You don't know. We don't know. Day 2. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go check on Eva. Eva Smith. Background. Eva was somewhat of a mystery, as her past is mostly unknown in terms of legal documents. She had moved several times over the course of the last decade and never stayed in one location for more than a few months. Okay. Nothing that validates us executing her. Let's go to Eric. Eric is a talented technician who has not been able to get many clients due to lack of ability In marketing and in networking as such, he turned to a life of crime in order to pay his bills. Back. Okay, fraud. As an accountant making minimum wage, Sarah has been living a life close to the edge without a chance to have much luxury. People have a very positive opinion of Sarah due to her charity work. But she can also be a very evil person. Mia. Arson burglary. The award-winning teacher, Mia, is beloved by all of her students for her out-of-the-box thinking and approach towards teaching that allows for everyone to be involved and understand what is being taught. River is known by the police and has evaded them for multiple years. While they started their life of crime as a teenager, they continue to supply drugs to their hometown to this day. Arthur is a well-respected loan officer who is known for helping those in need, even when it gets him in trouble with his bosses, as he sees them getting the money they need in life as a good cause. And yeah, he went to jail for assault, imprisonment, and kidnapping. Known as a very fair judge, Primad has dedicated his life to his work while being well known at his job. It is his passion for supporting the homeless that has given him a high status in the community. Kiara. Kiara was known as a problem child in their school life. And while managing to graduate, their grades were much lower than the national average. Their current boss is a high school friend. Okay. He got manslaughter. A buddy got manslaughter. That's death. Even if I don't think it should be death, regardless whether I think it's a death penalty or not, it's literally manslaughter. It's literally, oh no. It's still killing. That's still the result. It's something that's the result in the death of somebody. So, shit, Eric, I'm so sorry, my guy. I don't want to do this. And you're so young, too. Hold on. Oh, my goodness. I don't know. I stand by. I'm going to have to stand by. I say observation. That's right. Careful with this. Sick. Code. Perplexed. Meditating. Weak. Cold. Sick. Enraged. Dead. Meditating. Perplexed. Okay. So these are people. These are their statuses. Okay. With their feelings, this is Eric. Meditating, weak, cold, sick, enraged, dead. The person above Eva is enraged. She's mad because we murdered somebody. We got somebody weak, feeling weak. Third person's weak. Mia. Oh. Buddy's perplexed, but... I'm torn between River and Eric. We'll do River. Yeah. Manslaughter is not intentional. It's the results of the death of somebody, but... Oh. Didn't have the intent to kill him. So maybe it was just an accident. Or we get rid of a drug dealer. I know. Priorities here. Priorities. River. Sorry, bro. Family life. The relationship with their parents was not the best. However, River made attempts to make amends with them with mixed results. They were 15. Their older brother, whom they were very close with, tragically died. Eva. Get her family life. Her original family is unknown, as she was put into a foster care as a baby, but was adopted during her childhood. Her foster parents were also unknown in terms of legal documents, and any traces of them seem lost. Very freaking helpful. Eric. I'm just saying, Eric. You better have a good backstory. As of right now, you're literally up for execution. Either that, you better hope to God somebody beneath you is bad. Disgusted. Concerned. Angry. Dead. Terrified. Nervous. Empty. So we got one that's disgusted. Eric's disgusted with us. Someone's concerned. Somebody's angry. Arthur's terrified. Terrified too. But you could be next. Both of Eric's parents are alive and stand as his only living family. He has had partners before. However, none of them have gotten to the stage of staying with him for longer than half a year. Yeah. Okay. Sarah. Her mother died when she was young after an event where Sarah and her parents were trapped in a crushed car for 11 hours. However, after this event, Sarah became very close with her father. As a child, Mia was homeschooled by her mother, who was also a teacher. Before dedicating her time to Mia, her father became the main source of income for their family until passing away soon after Mia turned 19. Oh my goodness. Now this is helping us. So, while not having any parents, Arthur adopted two young girls, of which one passed away after being in his care for roughly 10 years, which led to what he calls the hardest time of his life. When not having any partners, my bad. He had parents. I assume they would talk about the parents. It seems like what they're doing. Judge. Harmon. Okay, has. My bad. I said was. Like, wait a minute. has a loving wife who is currently pregnant with their first child. She is set to give birth in 2 months. 2 months time, and thanks to his boss being very supportive, he will be able to take time off when the child is born. Great. Now we execute him. We're executing a soon-to-be father. Kiara. It was known that both of Kiara's parents were physically and verbally abusive towards them, but they were not taken into foster care, as the abuse was not known until after they became an adult. Maybe he accidentally killed his girlfriend. Maybe that's why it didn't last no longer than 6 months. What's Eric doing? How's Eric doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? He's disgusted? Well, I'll show you disgust. I'm executing you now, Eric. I'm sorry. Got manslaughter. I let you pass the first freaking time. The second time, I mean. No, first time. You were literally the second person to execute, but I let you pass to give you an opportunity to validate yourself. But yes. Yes. Sorry. But it has to be done, Eric. I am deeply remorseful for this decision. This is where we'll find out. Day 4. This is where we'll find out that it was all... like, everything was justifiable. In some way, shape, or form. Accounts. Eric was on financial aid to help support himself, but had been attempting to set up crowdfunding campaigns to acquire additional funds so he could pay his bills before he lost his home. Well, now he doesn't have to worry about the home, I guess. Sorry, Eric. That was fucked up. Rivers. Due to the money generated from the manufacturing of drugs, River has never faced money issues, nor had any of their closest friends, and had even managed to afford holiday aboard once a year. Doesn't help the decision right there. Like, doesn't make me second guess what I did. Attempted murder. You've had switch accounts several times, along with paying for most things with cash, so her real financial situation remains largely a mystery, but it is estimated that she was of lower class. Dead. Frightened. Depressed. Nervous. Cold. Focus. Focus on the decision. Focused on what's going to happen next. Sarah. Sarah's own financial situation is decent, with enough money to pay her own bills, but not much else. However, her brother ended up on hard times with very little income, unable to support his family of 3 kids, which would explain the money laundering, ordering, fraud and stuff. So Mia. As a teacher, her salary was not very high. However, she was not known to have any sort of money issues until her mother passed away last year, where the debt she had was then passed on to her daughter. Ooh. Forced her to a life of crime. Assault, imprisonment. Arthur has always led a life in the middle class. He has not suffered from money troubles, nor has he been in a position of great wealth. His job supplies enough income for his life and luxuries. See, this man's gonna come down to like the very end because I don't see. There's nothing bad. Paramad is a decently wealthy man, but has always made sure that any unneeded money that he has goes towards his family, friends, and several charity organizations for all types of causes. See, he's literally only here because of a driving under the influence. Sales associate. They make minimum wage, so as such, they cannot afford luxuries in their life, along with their ex-girlfriend, leaving them with only one paycheck to pay for their apartment. They are struggling to get by. Focused. Focus on not dying, I know. Though you don't get a say-so in this, my friend. So why is she in money debt? Brother. She's in debt because her mother passed. If this man has like assault, imprisonment, and kidnapping. You got driving under the influence. So right now I'm trying to prioritize what's like the crimes right now. What is like to balance it out, because the information we're given is not pushing me fully towards whether or not the decision I make is the right decision. As of right now, Paramad and Kiara are gonna be like the last two. Kiara just getting arrested for shoplifting and everything. She's of lower class, and Paramad just getting arrested for driving underneath the influence, domestic violence and everything too. But loan officer, assault, imprisonment, and kidnapping. Arson, burglary, insurance fraud. Sorry, Arthur. This has to be done. Day 5. Instead of going to Arthur, we're going to observe. We're going with observation. Jittery. Hungry. Dead. Hungry. Disturbed. Details of crime. After his first adopted daughter died, his other one was forced to stay inside and was not allowed to attend school or see any friends. When one of her friend's parents attempted to rescue his daughter, they were assaulted. This is the information I need. Eva. No, I was gonna say, we didn't kill the judge. The murder itself was one of her foster father's sisters, with the attempted murder being on her foster father due to her refusal to answer most questions. The exact reasoning for these crimes remain unknown. And we'll never get the answers because she's not here with us anymore. Eric. All of Eric's crimes relate to one incident where he robbed a supermarket for food supplies, but was caught. In an attempt to escape, he ended up accidentally killing someone when stealing their car. See? Rivers. They ran a drug ring in a large city, being placed in charge after their brother, the original leader, died tragically. Due to this, there has been infighting on if Rivers even deserved to be the one in control. They don't have to worry about the infighting now. They don't have to worry about that. Rivers is gone. Sarah. The lady who committed fraud. In a desperate attempt to gain more money for her brother, she resorted to extraditing and out of her clients in small amounts over time and sending the extra money directly to her brother's family. Mia. While her house burning down was initially ruled an accident after her crimes of stealing from homes, which led to one of the residents catching her, the house was looked at again and ruled deliberate for insurance fraud. Well, unless she's a teacher. Unless she's homeschooling. He was driving an influence because he was excited because he's going to be a dad. One night, Parman had a few drinks with friends and was unable to get a taxi back home. After attempted to several times, he decided to take the risk of driving home despite being under the influence. See, nothing serious. It's serious. It's serious. Don't get me wrong. It's really serious. But it's not like he killed anybody. Don't drink and drive, friends. Kira was caught by her ex-girlfriend after stealing items from supermarkets many times. But when confronted about it while drunk, it was reported that they hit her across the face, which is the incident that made her leave them. Hold on. So arson, burglary. So she's stealing from people. I don't see the stealing. Oh. Well, shit, man. We're down to 3. We're executing poor Mia. Sorry, Mia. It has to be done. Whether I want to do it or not. Day 6. Go to Mia, since we just took her out. Confession. It was entirely me. I worked alone in my crimes with the only intention to get money so that I could not be so damn poor anymore. I figured I deserved it with all the work I had put in over the years. We'll start with Eric. His confession. Yes, I did it, but I never meant to kill him. I just got scared of being caught and wanted to scare him off so I can get away before any police arrived at the store. But then he got hit. Yeah. Oh, so damn poor. Rivers. What I did, I am truly sorry for. I did not want to go into this type of stuff, but I made a promise that if anything ever happened to my brother, that I would take over and be in charge of the entire operation. Arthur. I, Arthur, am confessing to keeping my adopted daughter in my house without letting her go free for a long time. I became so scared after my other child died that I felt I had no other choice. Watch, Judge is going to walking away. The judge is going to walk away. I know what I did was wrong, and I promise to never drive under the influence. Because of this act, I will dedicate my time to helping get clean from alcohol and helping those who have been hurt by it. Kiara. No, they do Eva? I did not. Ooh, now it's the confession. Yeah, I did it. I killed her and tried to kill him. To be honest, I would try to kill him again if I got the chance. You have no idea what hell he put me through. And to be honest, I don't think you care. Kiara. I promise you that I didn't hurt anyone. I will admit to the crime of shoplifting, but please, please trust me that I couldn't and did not hurt anybody. I am so completely sorry that I got mixed up in all this. Sarah. I only want to take enough money to get him back on his feet. I thought that'd take a small amounts at a time that no one would really care, but please, it's not his fault. He had no idea about it. Here's the problem. He's a judge. He's a judge. He's gonna do what he can do to protect his public image. And that's a problem I run into. I like, is this crime worried? Hopeless. Disturbed. Like, that's the problem. And I'm not saying he's not being honest. I'm not saying, it's not clean cut for him, but again, he's a judge, he's got a public image. He's gonna lie to protect that public image. And that's the problem I run into. But to kill him over driving under the influence, something that happens God knows how many times a day, and results in bad shit. It results in accidents and shit. Yes. Oh. Priorities. I don't know. She did it for family. And it was a very noble cause. But compared to the other severity, hers is more severe than drinking under influence. To an extent. And the shoplifting. Sarah wasn't it? Yes. Off the record, Sarah's boss was fully aware of what she was doing and took a bribe to keep his silence. However, when the heat was on, he was the one to reveal the secret to the police in exchange for not being charged. You coward. So now we got more. Now we have a good enough picture to make our decision. His talent as a technician was known by his competitors. To ensure he couldn't take business from them, they spread rumors about him to prevent him from getting any clients. Ooh. I mean, still. He possibly would have made it further than Sarah. No, he possibly would have made it further than Sarah. With that arson. Or at least he would have survived a little longer. But her house burned down was initially ruled an accident. Oh, that's the wrong one. The debt received from her mother was minimal, and the house fire was actually accidental. One of her students was the true culprit behind the burglaries. She got caught on purpose so they didn't go to jail. Wow, what a teacher, man. What a teacher. She would have made it to the final 3. But I feel I probably would have put her... She probably would have got executed on day 6. The police were aware of River's brother when he was alive due to him paying them off. Once he stopped, the police killed him. When the police were unable to extract bribes from River, they arrested him. I mean, end of the day, the infight would have led to his death anyways. There's no way he was gonna get out of it. It was known that Arthur's sister was fully aware that the child was being held in the house and chose not to say anything. Her involvement was cut as it didn't fit well with the story that news stations wanted to sell. That does nothing to me. Okay, this is what we need. The story of a drunk driver was a cover-up to hide the fact that Paramount hit a mother and a child of 4 years old when driving that night. Their existence was erased so he could keep his status as a helper to all. Fucking knew it. I said it too. I said he was probably lying to keep his image clean. After being adopted, her legal name was Eva. Prisoner in her home for many years, and in one attempted to get help was met with her foster dad's sister covering up her existence. The murder itself was of her foster father's sister. She knocked up. So Eva killed her foster father's sister and attempted to kill her dad. Ooh. Still murder. And then we got Kiara. Off the record, their ex-girlfriend made up the entire story of abuse. She saw it out to get the media cover and attention from getting people to trust her over an abusive partner and ended up granting her a lot of fame. At least one innocent person is going to survive. Because I'll be damned when I let this man walk away after his DUI results in the death of a mother and child. Yes. Do I feel good about this decision? Eh. It's eh. I feel ultimately, regardless of the circumstances, the one girl who was taken prisoner, she would have been, she would have served a life sentence anyways. You have chosen which subject you want to live. Do you feel that you made the right choice? I do. Given who it came down to, I do. Would you go back and do it again? Yeah, because it would have been her, the teacher, that survived. Fortunately, that is possible. It is. You're absolutely right. The decisions made are the ones you must live with. But there's more work that must be done. Another set of subjects awaits you. Day 8. Who in the hell is XXX? Okay. Observe. Disgusted, scared, tired, confused, desperate, doubtful, hurt, empty. Mary Sarah? Saya? Maja. Polish female, age 61, 4'10", 101 pounds, born on September 30th, has blood type A+, occupation telemarketing. Crimes, telemarketing fraud, wired fraud. Linda. Amalia. Female, 39, Italian, 5'3", 139 pounds, born on April 7th, has a blood type B+. Occupation, sex worker, crimes of prostitution, and second-degree murder. How is it, friend? It is decent. I am actually enjoying this game a little bit. This is like a second wave of subjects and kill the judge. Ronnie Todd, male, 33, British, 5'7", 208 pounds. Born on March 25th. He has blood type O+. He's a prison officer. Extortion and money laundering are his crimes. Sky. Fiefen? Non-binary, 46, Dutch, 5'9", 152 pounds, born on May 1st, has blood type of AB+. Architect, crimes of stalking and vandalism. Wait a minute. We got relatives here. We got relatives. We got Angus. Angie. Angus. Wait a minute. Why none? Name. Angie. Female, 46, Dutch, 5'9", 126 pounds. Born on May 1st. Blood type of AB+. She's a nurse. She has committed no crimes, but why is she here? Tina, everybody here has committed a crime. Brian. Salon? Non-binary, 88. Wellish. I butchered that. He's 5'5", 148 pounds. Born on not January. Holy shit, July 8th. Blood type A-. He is retired. His crime is identity theft. Ashen Hazel or Hazel. Male, age 12, Turkish, 4'7", 104 pounds. Born on September 21st. Blood type B. Occupation, student. Crimes, cyberbullying. And Torrency? Okay, you seen us? We got a kid here. We got a 12-year-old right now. Okay. Oh, that's right. We got X's. Who, as you can see, that it's not going to be a whole lot of information about this man just in general. His name is unknown. He's a male. He's 39 years old. His nationality is unknown. He is 5'10", weighs 140 pounds. He was born on June 13th because we somehow know that, but not his name or nationality. His blood type is B-. His occupation is none. We don't know what his crimes are. Which is weird because, again, we know so little. We know so little about him, but know so much in the same sense. Oh, okay. This child. Yes. So it's going to be the... He's hurt. I wonder why he's hurt. They probably roughened him up before they threw him in the cell. Telemarketing fraud. Telemarketing fraud. We got second-degree murder here. Only problem I have with this is that second-degree murder could have been self-defense, but since she's a prostitute or a sex worker, they go against her and they're gonna just charge her. Or she could take a plea to get manslaughter, but it was self-defense or third-degree murder. Stalking vandalism. So this person's stalking. What if he was stalking her? That's his wife. Identity theft. Okay. So here's the thing I'm going to go with. I say what you want. I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt that that second-degree murder was in self-defense. But in doing so, we're going to have to take Brian, the 88-year-old man, to the room, execution room. He's already, with all due respect, 88. Sorry, Brian. It has to be done. It's nothing personal. Trying to give a prostitute an opportunity to explain her actions. You lived a good life, I assume. I hope. I hope that identity you stolen was worth it. Mm. Can you imagine if he had his identity stolen and was accused of stealing someone else's identity, but he didn't because his identity was stolen? Bro, that's a lot of stolen identities. The sentence. Day 9. Brian lived a lot of their life unhappy and having to keep their true self a secret due to the fear of being hurt by their family. At 35 years of age, they came to terms with who they truly were and could start living their life. And he got a good what? 88, 30 years? 40 years? 40, yeah, about 40 years, 40 odd years. I'm gonna call her Mary. Mary lived a fairly quiet life growing up, as she lived with her father and 2 siblings in a very small town, but had a great liking towards technology and computers and spent a lot of time around them. Very helpful. Linda. Linda wanted to go into the sex industry after turning 21 and pursued that career choice until she owned her own business and managed several people under the motto of keeping sex workers safe and harm-free. See, it's going towards self-defense, but you know what the problem's gonna be? She's gonna end up going up against a 12-year-old child. And at that point, I become a little biased because this kid still has a lot of years. Still has an entire life ahead of him. Ronnie. Prison officer, extortion, money laundering. An unliked prison guard who was known to not treat the inmates with the best care, but there was a small group of inmates that seemed to always have his back and won't let anything bad happen to him. Probably sneaking shit into them. Sky. Sky lives in the big city and is a very well-known architect of the area. They may not have earned the best money in the business, but they are content with what they have in their life and keep to themselves. Yeah, he got accused of stalking, probably the nurse. I think I'm right. They're related. They're either blood related or married. Angus lives in the big city and is the well-loved nurse who is known to take care of her patients no matter what. She is sometimes known to go too far and make her bosses mad by giving unnecessary help. Ashton has always been a troublemaker in his school and is a well-known bully to multiple students online and offline. His parents take little notice towards what he does and choose to ignore it. And then we got the exes. Hold up. Damn it. Oh, okay, we didn't get more information about him. X used to live a life of crime but has since moved on from it and wants to leave it all behind. He did all he could to ensure that no one would know his true identity, as doing so would ruin his new life. Ooh, you know what comes to mind? He's a hitman. This man's a hitman. Okay. So what we got here? Nothing to justify executing her. Nothing to justify executing her, with all due respect. Sorry, Ronnie. You're supposed to be a man of the law. But you're very mean to the people in prison. You're supposed to be unbiased. You're supposed to do your job. Not bully them with the status. I find out all of it's a bunch of bullshit. He's a real nice guy. We just execute a real nice, hard-working officer. Day 10. Brian. The family did like Brian and got on well with them, but that was only due to staying quiet and not revealing that they were, in fact, non-binary. They got so used to being silent as to not give anything away that they were mute. Ronnie. He was raised by his older cousins and very spoiled in his childhood. Ronnie wanted to make a name for himself, and while he always lived with his cousins, he insisted that he was not the spoiled brat that he once was. Well, it doesn't matter because now he's a dead brat. Once she turned 19, she moved out of her family's home and mostly lost contact with her father, but tried to stay in contact with her siblings until she was 24, when a falling out unrelated to her crimes took place. Linda. She has a very good relationship with her family, and they are supportive of her decision, except for her aunt, who insists that she is doing it. That what she is doing is against decency, and is not what someone should be doing. Well, you listen here, Auntie. Mind your business. Sky grew. Oh no, Sky grew up with their twin sister Angus. I knew it, they're related. Who lives as a nurse in the same city as Sky. The siblings have a very close relationship, meeting up regularly for lunch together and hanging out on weekends to discuss their lives. They're in cahoots. Whatever's going on, they're in cahoots. It's gonna muddy everything because it's pretty much telling me the same thing. As I said, it's gonna tell me the same damn thing. She grew up with her twin sibling Sky, who is a very well-known architect in the same city. The siblings have a very close relationship, meeting up regularly for lunch together and hanging out on the weekends to discuss their lives. Same thing. Asin. His parents are very wealthy, but still make time for their son. They went on multiple trips a year and let their son stay home whenever he so wishes. It is also reported that Ashton had a sister. Ooh. Had a sister. You don't have that sister anymore. Curious on that. He currently has no family, as leaving them behind was a big step for distancing himself from his past. X felt bad about doing so, but knew that for his own sake, he needed to be away from anything that connected him. Problem is, this man's shrouded in mystery. He's shrouded in mystery, but he made the steps to turn his life around. The problem is, for all I know, he could have been a murderer. He could have been a hitman. He could have killed a lot of innocent people. I gotta feel these two are together. She brings clients or whoever, or shows her brother or sibling, says a non-binary, somebody and they stalk them, or they get no fight. Got no fight, and she pressed charges. This is hard because I don't, because part of me says Linda. Linda has like the highest, is the worst with her crime. Worst with her crimes. Hers is second-degree murder compared to, and she has none. Besides a little bit of under the table work, but that's. I'm worried about that. If I find out this 12-year-old lied about his age, I'm gonna be pissed. Yes, it's the worst crime here. It's the worst crime here as of right now. As much as I hate to do it, I don't want to execute Linda, as I feel hers was self-defense. But everybody else's crimes seem a little low. Not as severe. And one's a 12-year-old. Day 11. Accounts. Linda was fairly wealthy, and it made sure all of her employees were well paid and accounted for. If any of them came to her in need of more money, she was known to very likely help them out and provide. Accounts. Her money situation is quite dire, which was what allowed her to get the job as a telemarketing scam business. At a telemarketing scam business, she, however, has said that she feels awful for any harm she may have caused. Well, I'm sorry, hon. You're probably gonna make it. You're probably at the end of your life. Sky and Angus share an account. It includes the income from both their paychecks, and collectively they have a good amount of money. Each year they go on holiday several times to see their elderly parents back at home. And obviously it's gonna say the same thing for her. Shared, good amount, parents. Oh, did I not check Brian? Their exact money situation was unknown, as they had several accounts containing low amounts of money, but due to the crime committed, it was suspected they had a secret offshore funds being held somewhere. What the hell do you go to jail for? Identity theft. Okay, and then Ronnie. We skipped over Ronnie. As a prison officer, his pay was decent, but he did seem to have more money than he should have, which is what led to an investigation being performed to see where the extra money had been coming from. His parents are very rich and as such, Hanson has as much money as he wants. He often likes to show off his wealth to his peers and those online with an online blog talking about how great his life is. It's gonna be unknown. The money that X has saved in his bank is enough to live a decent life for quite some time without the need of any sort of support or job. All this money has come from his previous life. My hands are bound. With all due respect, my hands are bound. I don't plan on putting a 12-year-old to execution. That'd be wild. Day 12. The details of crime. Mary had scammed upwards 100 people for a total of 450,000 for people aged 65 and up. She, however, received very little of that amount, as most of it went to her higher ups in the scam. Linda, the one I won't feel bad about. One of her employees was being harassed a lot by one customer, and she stepped in. However, after the employee came in crying for unknown reasons, she found and killed the man who had been harassing her. Who possibly had nothing to do with it, Ronnie. Oh, I went too far. One of his duties at the prison was handling money, and from that money, he was constantly changing numbers to make it look like everything was in order, when in fact, it was being sent to his banking account. Sky. Where it should get a little different. They were caught watching their neighbor after they became obsessed with the idea that she had murdered her wife. They even went as far as to cover the neighbor's wall with graffiti calling her a murderer. She committed no crime, so what's hers supposed to be? Angus has not committed any crimes and was not aware of the crimes that Sky has committed until the day that they were arrested. It was reported that Sky was arrested at Angus's house as the police had been following them. From the age of 10, several people have made reports about Hassan making very harsh comments online to multiple people. He also does this constantly on weekends, on weekdays, when he chooses not to go to school. But is being a brat warrant a death? That is a lot of X. Holy hell. Oh my god. Is he freaking ops or something? The XX around his XX caused many issues for the residents XX. He made an XXXX with his X and XXX, all when they XXXXXX. Cool. If I kill this man, is someone gonna storm my house? Or storm my location? I mean, the kid's gonna live, most likely. I know, I put a little bit of doubt. Maybe the kid's gonna get executed. But no, as it stands, the kid's gonna survive this wave. Next one's gonna have 2 kids. So I have to choose between 2 kids, which is gonna be getting wild. Watch. Day 13. You know that I cannot say the true reasons behind what I have what I've been doing, but any pain and suffering I've caused will be held close to my heart for the rest of my life and beyond. I say you can't just live the rest of your life because you just got executed. Linda. Okay, let's just say we get more information. Damn it. Confession. In my business, I will always make sure that my workers are okay, and if that means I have to kill someone to let them be happy within their work, then I will do as many times as I need to. What a boss, for real. Okay, I admit it, but I want to explain myself to you. The money I was taking from the prison I had been given to the families of several inmates who I found were innocent. I couldn't let them suffer like that. Which explains why they specifically liked him. I am confessing to the crimes you have said, and there is nothing I can say to make myself seem more innocent, and I choose to not say anything of the sort either, accept this as the truth. I don't want to say the sky did it, but they have given me no choice. I wanted them to live a happy life, but they chose their path, and I will honor their wishes for what has happened. Very cryptic. Brian. They wrote, sorry. That's all I have to say. I just wanted to live my life, and it didn't feel like another option was available to me. I had to escape that life, and when I saw the opportunity, I took it. So what? I can do what I want. If they didn't want me to say that stuff, they shouldn't have been easy for me. Next time, maybe grow a pair and not be such wimps. I don't know. Get a grip. Kid needs his ass whipped, that's all. He just needs his ass cracked, that's all. Or maybe his mouthwash or soap or some shit. I don't know. He needs something. Death isn't the answer. Confession. I don't know how you managed to track me down, or how you found out the details of my previous life. Please, let me give you some information in exchange, to let me go back to this life, away from it all, please. I'm sorry, my friend. But you died. You're still up against a fucking brat. Who still has his whole life ahead of him. Day 14. So this is going to give us unreleased information off the record. Mary was a deep undercover agent for an anti-scam organization. She had no choice but to actually take the money from people in order to get closer to the heads of the scam, to bring them down from the inside. Linda. While only being caught for her most recent killing, she had actually killed several men before in the name of making sure her workers were safe and not being harassed in any way. Ronnie. He lied. While not completely untrue, his confession was not correct with where all the money was going. Some of it was going to families of apparently innocent inmates. Most of it went towards his personal account. Lying bastard. Sky. While 'Cause 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 Because this guy swiped lives. This guy did not commit any crime and wanted to take the fall for Angus so that she could continue to help people in hospitals as they knew what an amazing nurse she is for people. Wow. Okay, so Sky switched with Angus. She committed the crime. Angus has not committed any crime and was not aware of the... Oh, wait, wrong one. Angus, this guy spoke lies. This guy did not commit any crimes and wanted to take the fall for Angus so that she could continue to work with the people. Okay. Brian. They did not have any information that was kept secret, and as such, the data before this supplies their entire life story. Their confession was true, and the data on them was completely correct. No. We're gonna do him last because this is what they're gonna tell me. Like he's not even a 12-year-old boy. You're gonna throw me a fucking curve. Watch. His real name was Owen David, brother of River David. He faked his death in order to leave his drug empire behind, even if it meant that his sibling would be left to deal with all the stuff that he left behind. Bro! And your brother got executed because of you. That's... His bullying and cyberbullying has directly led to 3 people to commit suicide. 2 of the victims were of similar age to Hazen, and the other being his younger sister. This is killed off the record by his parents' influence. Oh my goodness! Neither one of them innocent. Neither one of them innocent. Fuck, man. Still a 12-year-old boy. I hate it. I hate this choice with a passion. Still a 12-year-old boy. We can just hope that he grows a conscience and it eats at him for the rest of his life. Or eats at him for a little bit. Depending on what your opinion is of it. My opinion still stands. We need a kid to beat him up. Well done. I'm making it this far. There is now one more choice you must make. Depending on your previous choices, it might be the easiest or the hardest choice. I gotta choose between the two people. Good luck. Final day. I gotta choose between the two. With more information. Kiara. There's no more information. Fuck. She still has so much of her life left. And then you have this little fucking shit, who too has his whole despicable life left ahead of him. I don't know. I'm not gonna like either. I don't like either choice. I don't want to execute either one of them. Literally low key there. Both products. One's a product of life. The other one's a product of their parents. Their parents' power and lack of empathy. And Kiara is a product of a freaking woman who wanted to drag her name through the shit. Kills me to do is Kiara. I hope you know that. He's still a 12-year-old boy. Can still change. Can still change. He can still he can't right the wrong. He pushed many people to end it, but age is pretty much the congratulations on completing the experiment. Age is the only thing that saved that little kid. Age is the only thing that saved that brat. The only one you have chosen has been set free. Do you think we had all the data at the start? Would the order that you approach this change? In life, we are often not given the whole story. Stop. Take a moment to consider your choices. Look deeper. The next time you feel the need to execute someone, do not listen. No matter what form that might take. This is not normal. Knowledge is power. Use that power and catch that last part. the others. Second thoughts. Credits. Thank you for participating. All you do now is view your choices. By view my choices, what do you mean? Changes nothing. Still, just 12, that's the only reason. Main menu, yes. Now, I don't know. Ooh. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was gonna go experiment 1, 2, 3 in a sense of all one sitting, or if this is gonna be like broken up like experiment 1 is chapter 1, experiment 2 is chapter 2, experiment 3 is chapter 3. I didn't know if they're gonna be back to back to back completed, or if it's just gonna be like we're on experiment 1, like boom, boom, boom. Experiment 2 as it's going by, boom, boom, boom. So that is what we're gonna call it. That's what we're gonna call it for tonight. We're gonna end it with the end of experiment 1. I want to think about it. Stop by, do stop by, did stop by. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, feel free to subscribe. Helps the channel a lot. We will be back on this probably Monday. Probably Monday. Either Monday or tomorrow late afternoon. Tomorrow night I do plan on jumping on Requiem, which I was supposed to do last night, but I didn't see the time when I wrapped up last night's stream with Creepy. So kind of got shot in the head because I had to get up early for work. It was an early day for me today. Tomorrow the same thing, but obviously that's why we're only doing one experiment. Tomorrow will be the same thing. We'll just do experiment 2 tomorrow, and then we'll jump over to Requiem later on. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your day and night, depending on watching. I will talk to you on the next one. Ciao.